Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the video. Um, let's see. Let me see how many days post-op I am. I had my surgery, my gastric bypass surgery, on August 7th. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was 24 days ago. Almost 1 week, almost a month. It's going to be a month next week. So let me start off with my stats, and I'll also put everything down on my description bar. My hair is like so super curly. I don't know what's up with it, but just gonna go with it. So anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about the supplements I'm taking. What was my highest weight? What's my lowest weight? If I had any gains. Also, I want to tell you guys what's going on with me now. And what my portion size is right now. Okay, so let me first start off with the reason why I had gastric bypass surgery. Why I decided. This isn't something I just, let me go get gastric bypass surgery. That's the perfect answer to um, all my health issues. Wow. Last year I went to my doctor. My diabetes was getting better, but my diabetes is always going up and down. So I went to my doctor and my main physician, and at that time I was on metformin, which is a diabetic medicine. I was on Trulicity, which is a 1 week injection for diabetes. And the metformin was 2,000 milligrams a day. At one point, I was on two types of insulin, a slow acting one and a fast acting, and I was even on glimepiride. It was just crazy. But got myself off of, I switched my doctors, got off of insulin because with the insulin, it makes you gain weight. I gained 30 pounds within 3 months, like quick. So that took me to my highest weight I've ever been in my whole entire life. So my highest weight was 260 pounds, 0.5, 260.5. And let me tell you, I felt every inch of, like every discomfort of those pounds. It was starting to wear on my knees. My legs would give out. I do also have multiple sclerosis, so it would affect my joints. It was affecting my joints more, my muscles. It was just getting out of control. So when I went to see my doctor, he's like, Katie, I want to have a talk with you about something. And I was like, okay. And he said, have you ever thought about another option? Something permanent, more permanent? And I was like weight loss surgery? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I was going to do it this last year, but the time ran out for my insurance to pay for it. So I'm going to try again. I was thinking about trying again, and he was like, I honestly think that this is the best thing for you as far as your health, because it's going to get rid of so much of the medication you take, and all those medications are just having such serious side effects on you, and it's affecting your MS. That should just be the only thing that you have to not worry about, but focus on. So I 100% agreed, and I've been diabetic for a little over 18 years. I got diabetes when I was pregnant with my last baby, and she's gonna be 17 in January, so about 18 years that I've been diabetic. I had high blood pressure. I had high blood pressure since I think about 2005, so that's been quite a while. And even in 2010, I had a full-on stroke due to diabetes, due to sticky arteries. I had a blocked carotid artery. A piece of the plaque broke off and went straight up to my brain, causing me to have full left side paralysis, everything like that. Took me 2 years to fully recover. So all I could think about was that I don't ever want to be in that predicament where something like that serious happens or could take my life. So that's what was my hands down motivation, was my health. By no means is this easy. It is extremely hard, and I've been on every kind of diet you can think of. So let me tell you guys, 74 days in the hospital, only because on the last day, the third day, I knew I was gonna spend. He was like, "Oh, you might go home the next day." I was like, "No, I'm not gonna." I already know I'm not. And sure enough, my oxygen levels were dropping because they were giving me my blood pressure pill that I normally take. Wow, I mean, your blood pressure changes like overnight as soon as you get that surgery done. So they just wanted to see what my blood pressure would do when I took the medication. Well, I took the medication and it literally dropped my blood pressure to like, I think it was like 87 over 40, like 46 or something like that, to the point where they had to wake me up and put oxygen on me all night. And my oxygen levels were dropping low. So they had to really monitor me to make sure my blood pressure didn't keep plummeting. So they were like, okay, enough of that. You don't have high blood pressure no more. So they kept checking it and checking it every day, and it was just getting better and better. I do not have no high blood pressure at all. My numbers are so freaking awesome. My diabetes, however, is improving so drastically week by week. So, like I said, I was on Trulicity. He was like, hell no, you're not taking Trulicity no more. That was like the next day, which I think I was supposed to get my shot that next day. And he was like, no. Or the end of the week I was supposed to. He was like, no, you can't take that shot no more. You will drop in dangerous low sugar levels. So he took me off that, which I was so happy because that's one less injection I have to do a week. So then, because I take an injection for my MS and I take that 3 times a week. So, and I hate injections. So anyways, so he's like, okay, I'm going to take you to 500 milligrams a day of metformin. And I'm like, are you serious? So he did that and my blood sugars were doing so good. And then, I don't know, my body just went like, hold up, wait a minute, bitch. You need to calm it down because we're used to that 2,000 milligrams and we're used to high sugars. So I ended up seeing my endocrinologist. I already had an appointment with her, and I went and saw her, and she was like, "You cannot just drop to 500 milligrams of metformin. You have to gradually get off of diabetic medicine, or else this is what happens." My blood sugars were jumping into the high 200s, and I was like, what is going on? I'm on a liquid diet. How can this be? I'm not even getting like 300 calories a day. So she's like, no, we're going to drop it in half, and then if it starts dropping low in the lows, or starts changing dramatically, you need to call me, and then I will probably just do 500, and then we'll go couple weeks after that, and then you're just going to be completely off diabetic medicine. I do have hypothyroidism, which is the slow acting thyroid, and that's another reason why it's been so hard for me to lose weight. Right now my thyroid is functioning normal, so she doesn't want to just boom take me off it. I think she's going to start lowering the dose until I completely get off it, because she said it can actually do what metformin did by just taking me off quickly. It'll actually make my hypothyroidism worse. or make it come back even more. So she was like, no, I can't do that to you. So let's just keep you on it for another month. Let's see what happens. If you start losing weight, like, I mean, more than usual, then you need to call us, because that means we need to check your levels, and it probably means it's too high. Now it went into hyperthyroidism, where my metabolism is just burning everything off, and I can't have that. I don't want to get malnourished. So, I would say the pain level, I could not believe. I felt like when I had my tonsils taken out as an adult was still the worst surgery I've ever had. I didn't go home with no drains. My doctor thinks that's so unnecessary, and that's so old school, which I agree. My scars are all flat. Now I'm just waiting for one last scar to the scab to fall off, and that was the biggest scar, and that was on the left. That's where the biggest camera was at. So I'm waiting for that scab to fall off, and then I'm going to talk to my doctor and see if I can start Mederma or a bio oil to, because I did Mederma when I had my thyroid taken out, and it just looks like a crease in my neck. You would never know that I have a little hole scar right here from the tube, or that I have any kind of scar. Because I did Mederma, like, as soon as that scab came off and those stitches are out, I was like, when can I do Mederma? So that's what I plan to do. And that's how my gallbladder, I had my gallbladder taken out a while ago, and that's how my gallbladder scars look, just like this, flat. You would never even know that I have my gallbladder taken out. So that's what I plan to do. So, alright, let me go into my stats. So the highest weight I told you was 260.5. So that was like in December, January. I started losing weight by myself. As soon as I got taken off of insulin, my weight just started dropping. And as soon as I found out, that's when I found out that I had hypothyroidism. So they put me on that medication, and honey, those pounds were dropping. So I dropped, I think, like 26 pounds on my own. So let me see. On the date of surgery, I weighed, I want to say I weighed 234, 236.5. That's what I want to say. So, and as of today, I weighed myself 3 weeks out, and I weigh 216. So, not too shabby. 16 pounds away from being out of the 200s. I can't believe it. Now, here are some other stats that I wanted to go over with. These are my measurements, and I'll write them down too. So on the day before surgery, I had Robert do my measurements, and he's done my measurements before when we try to lose weight. So my neck was 15 inches. My arm was 15.25 inches. My chest was 45.75 inches. My abs were 41.25 inch. My waist was 44.25 inch. My hips were 46 even. My thighs were 26 inches even. My calves were 15.5 inches. My wrist, I know, my wrist, right, was 7.5. By the way, that was on my, like, one of my goals for, like, losing weight. I love bracelets, and I never can fit in them unless I go to, like, Torrid or a plus size store. Bought my first little bingo. Boom! It fits me. I could not believe it. I almost cried in the store. What a stupid ass. I mean. And then I have a really beautiful Betsy Johnson watch, and when I could not even close the clasp. I was so sad when that stopped. I wasn't able to wear that anymore. And now the mother trucker is so loose, I could wiggle it and it just, like, rotates around my wrist. I was, like, shocked. So anyways, let me go back to my measurements. Oh, so my BMI was 37.5 when I went into surgery. My body fat was 40.8, which I don't know why, but I think it was higher than that when I went to my doctor's. So this is my measurements. These are my measurements now for my neck. I am 14 and 3/4, so I only lost, well, I only lost 1/4 inch on there. On my arms, they're 14 and a half, so I lost 3/4 inch in my arm. And when I mean arm, I measured from like around my tattoo. Yes, it's saggy, but it's always been like that. My chest, 43 and 3/4, so I lost 2 inches off my chest, guys. My tits are officially shrinking. I don't even know what bra size I wear. I can't even wear none of my bras. They're so big on the boob part and big on like the band too. So I need to go to Victoria's Secret and get measured. But I hate to do that. So right now I've just been wearing bralettes. I think that's just gonna be the best thing for me until maybe like 6 months out, and then maybe like around Christmas time when they're having sales and stuff, then I'll get measured and just find out what my size is, because I don't want to invest in all these bras and then they just don't freaking, I'm just growing out of them, which is sad. My abs was 39 even, so I lost 2.25 inches off my abs. On my waist, I'm 42 and a quarter, and I lost 2 inches off that. My hips were 43 and a half, and I lost 2.5 inches off my hips. The booty is shrinking. My thighs, 25 inches even, I lost an inch. My calf, 14 and a half, I lost an inch of my calves, and I can so tell my calves. My wrist, I lost a half inch. So that together is 15.25 total inches lost. So my BMI was last time 37.5, and it is now 34.8. My body fat was 40.8, and it is now 39. So I wanted to show you guys the supplements that I have to take for the rest of my life, which is not much. It's better. I'd rather take supplements than a bunch of medication that has side effects. So I will always have to take calcium citrate for the rest of my life. And these are chews, and these are in the coconut flavor, honey child boo boo. These taste like the inside of an almond joy, and they are heaven, and they have no aftertaste. They are life. You can get these through any Honor Health hospital. I'm pretty sure. So they're 500 milligrams, and I have to take 3 a day. So I take one in the morning with breakfast. So eat with each meal. And then here is my multivitamin, strawberry watermelon. It tastes like a freaking Starburst. So it helps curb any cravings that I'm having also. So that's a bonus. And this I take, let's see. I think I take these twice a day. Yeah, 2 chews per day. So I take 2 of these. Now, I don't remember if it's the citrate. I'm pretty sure it's the citrate. I have to wait I have to take my iron 2 hours before or 2 hours after. You can't take it together. I think it just doesn't absorb, it won't absorb it into your system. So I have to take iron. I'm having a hard time finding an iron supplement that is 18 milligrams. So I think I'm going to have to hit GNC, like Vitamin Shop, this weekend to see what my options are over there. Also, I've always had, I've had low vitamin D since I had multiple sclerosis in 2014. So, I take vitamin D, 1,000 IUs. I could have swore I was taking 5,000 IUs. I'm gonna have to talk to Robert about this, because Robert's the one that does my medication, like puts everything in the pill boxes. But my vitamin D didn't really go down much. It went down maybe 2 points, if that. And so that's fine. I'm happy with that. That's the one thing that I was so worried about was my vitamin D, because when you have multiple sclerosis and vitamin D is low, you can have a full on relapse. Like, it makes things 10 times worse. Another thing that I got was the smaller bottle blender. This is 20 ounces, so you have to drink 64, at least the minimum amount of water is 64 ounces. So I drink 4 of these, and then of course whatever water I drink, extra water I drink with my pills. So to me, instead of drinking like I used to always just drink like 2 big old ass waters and then call it a day. And I've always been a water drinker. But now that I had the surgery, you can't guzzle water down. You can't guzzle anything down. You have to take everything in slow, because my pouch, your stomach is a normal person's stomach is the size of a football. When you get the gastric sleeve, it goes to the size of a banana. When I had the gastric bypass, my stomach pouch is the size of a small egg. Right. So it literally takes me all day to drink 60 ounces of water. All day. And it's hard. It's so hard. It's so hard because you're so thirsty and I just want to guzzle that water, but I can't because it literally will come up. I bend over, literally the water will come up. Or like last night, I threw up all my water. Like, so unexpectedly. I was getting ready for bed, sat down while I was flicking through the channels, and all of a sudden I started getting chest pains, and then my heart started fluttering, and then my mouth started getting watery, and I was like, oh my god. Then I started getting like chest pains, like I was having a heart attack. I could not even take a breath in. I started seeing stars. I stood up and boom, just hit the wall hard. And Robert came running in the room and he was like, oh my god. I was so drenched in sweat. I told him, get the trash can. As soon as he brought the trash can to me, I literally had like maybe 30 seconds to try to calm myself down, to try to breathe. I could not catch my breath. I felt like I was dying. And boom, just started dry heaving, throwing up, because yesterday I really didn't eat much. All I really did was just take in liquids, and I didn't really even take in that much liquids either. So that helps me. It doesn't make me feel so overwhelmed like I have this 2 big old ass bottles that I need to finish. Another thing that I need to go get me right away is the hair, skin, and nails, the biotin, the 5,000 mcgs. But I cannot take, my doctor says I cannot take the capsules. I have to do the chews, because they'll digest better with my stomach. You guys are going to die when I show you how much food I can take at one time. Okay? Don't be shocked. This is, the condiments, like when you go to a restaurant and you pour your ketchup or whatever. That's literally how much food I can only take. 2 ounces. So I can either take in 2 ounces of protein and 2 ounces of vegetables or fruit, or I can do 3 ounces of protein and 1 ounce of vegetable and fruit, which that's what they prefer. I must get 65 grams of protein a day. So it's hard. It's hard. So if I see that I'm not getting my protein in, I instantly go get my muscle milk, because that has 20 grams of protein right there. Or I grab one of my oikos, Greek yogurt. The best one for me is the peach one and the bananas cream. The coconut cream one I thought I was gonna like, because I love coconut. It's fucking disgusting. I don't even want to tell you what nasty thing it tasted like, but anyways. So this is all I can hold in my stomach. And let me tell you guys, I had a call. I talked to the nutritionist today because I told her I'm struggling I can't even get down ground chicken right now. I cannot get down ground turkey. I cannot get down. Only thing I can really get down truly is refried beans. And all it does is just make me get so much trapped gas, and it just hurts my stomach, and it just bloats me up. So who wants that? So I just been in a funk mentally. And they warned us that mentally you're gonna be going through some serious mind fucking games. You're gonna have moments of, I regret this. What did I do? And let me tell you, when I'm struggling on those days, I cry to Robert, and I tell him, why the fuck did I do this to myself? But I know before all this, I asked God, if you feel this is the right thing for me to do, please put this in my path. And every time I hit an obstacle, boom, it would go through. Everything just was going into place. So I just knew it was God's will. So, anyways, about that. And enough about that. So I talked to my nutritionist because I told her, I'm having a hard time. I can't even get. Yesterday, I couldn't even get. I couldn't. You guys, the other day, I posted on Snapchat that I was gonna have 2 meatballs with some marinara sauce and a little bit of a sprinkling of mozzarella cheese. You guys, I ate maybe a quarter of one meatball. I wanted to throw up. And I'm telling you, I'm a slow eater. I've always been a slow eater, but I literally count how many times I chew my food, and it's 25 times till it's like already just starting to go down my throat. So it's not like, oh my God, you're taking in too much of a bite. No, I sat there and took my time, and I had to push it away and go in my room because I wanted to throw up. Another thing that has totally changed, and they warned us about it in class, your taste buds can change dramatically. Well, they sure the fuck have. I put hot sauce on everything, honey. Tapatio, Red Devil, you fucking name any hot sauce, the hotter the better. I cannot even handle Tabasco. I can't handle nothing that's tangy, like a barbecue sauce. I can't handle, like, my body could barely handle black pepper. It literally gives me heartburn. I'm so frustrated, and I feel so sad because I'm the cook of the family. That's one of my like enjoyments of life, is to cook for my family. Cook for my nephews who like love my cooking. Cook for my kids who like when they know I'm about to throw down, when I have that Mexican music playing in the background, they're like, oh shit, mama's about to throw down. She's about to get her salsa and cumbia dances on while she's cooking that red chili, green chili, whatever it may be. Homemade beans. Like, I made homemade charro beans the other day, and I could not even, had a cup of this, could not even finish it. So I told my nutritionist, and she's like, I hate to tell you this, Katie, but you can't eat your body's not ready for protein right now, not for solid proteins. So as of right now, you need to go back. You need to go to pureed foods, which is like cream broth, cream soups, anything that's like blended, and basically just do protein shakes. And because she said my stomach is so irritating. I tell my husband every day, my stomach just burns. It just feels like it's sizzling inside. Like it, and then when I eat, it just is 10 times worse, to where I just go in the room and I cry. It's like every day I'm crying. So I'm so glad I talked to her, because she's just like, no, your body's not ready. Nobody's made the same. She's like, I've had patients where they had to go 6 weeks on, or 4 weeks on a puree. She's also do like a couple days. She's like, don't do a full week of liquid diet. Do a couple days of liquid diet just to calm your stomach lining down because it's so aggravated. And then I've been drinking those Premier protein shakes, and I'm so freaking lactose intolerant. She's like, no wonder your stomach is so irritated every day. She's like, you cannot drink those. And I can't be drinking my muscle milk either because she said that has even a little, it says lactose free, but it has milk based products in it. So she's like, you cannot drink muscle milk. So I have to get this, I forgot the name of it, but she gave me a list of what it's called. I think it's called Rocket Fuel or something like that. And you can get it at Fry's. It's where like the chocolate milk is, but they have one that's completely lactose free. It has no milk based products, no soy, no none of that. So I'm gonna have to go get that because that's what's gonna be my meals. Um, so I've been telling her that I've been having a severe metallic taste in my mouth, and my urine smells so acidic and so like hardcore fruity. And she's like, yep, you're in ketosis. Your body's in that fat burning stage, girl. She's like, so if you haven't started dropping off in the pounds, which I haven't really lost weight in about a week, she's like, when your body hits like full blown, she's like, you're gonna be shedding some serious fat. She's like, not muscle, you're gonna be shedding some serious fat. So I mean, but everything just tastes gross to me. Like I tried even tasting a little bit of peanut butter with my finger because I have been able to keep peanut butter down, and oh my god, it was so disgusting. Like, so then I tried blueberries. I ate maybe 3 last night, and I almost started throwing up again. I was like, oh my god, this is hell. So she was like, you absolutely cannot have no fruit right now. Everything is so acidic. Everything, your stomach is, you went in too soon with food. She's like, Dr. Swain should have just took you back to the basics, and you went in, we put you, too fast. She's like, so we're gonna start off slow again. She's like, and this time instead of going straight into food, you're gonna go into puree food. She's like, and then after that, then you'll start to slowly bring in protein, but no vegetables and no fruit until my body gets used to breaking down that protein. She said, because once my body's able to break down that protein, then it'll be able to break down fruits and vegetables. So that gave me some kind of hope because I'm like, am I fucking crazy? Like, am I the only one that's going through this shit? And she was like, trust me, Katie, you're not the only one that was in your class that is going through the same thing. She's like, so I've been getting calls. She's like, so you and a couple other people have had to go, you're having to go back. It's like starting over. And I'm sorry that you're going through that, but you have to listen to your body and you have to do what's best for you and your health and your body, because we cannot have you getting malnourished because you're not getting enough protein. I went to the gym the day before yesterday. I knew I shouldn't have went. I literally only had a half an egg, half a small egg, and really all I ate was the yolk of a half an egg all day. Went to the gym, did a mile, and all of a sudden I'm on the treadmill hauling ass, and I just start seeing stars, like lights of flashing lights everywhere, and I was like, and then I just felt my body just getting this cold sweat, and then I just felt my body go limp. I almost passed out on the treadmill. Luckily, Robert was next to me, and I just grabbed him, and he just looked at me. I think he could just see how my face looked, and he was like, pause, hit pause, hit pause. I could not, my legs just started like going down. I was like, please, Lord, don't make a scene. Like, don't let me make a scene. So I hit cool down fast, and then it slowed it down. And Robert right away gave me water because I know I was dehydrated too. I shouldn't have never went to the gym dehydrated like that. So he was like, we're out of here. He's like, I was like, well, at least I got my mile in. And I burned off way more than what I even ate that day. So never doing that again. But anyways, guys, if you guys have any questions for me, or if you guys like can help stage, any recipes or like any website that can help me. I've been going like Pinterest crazy, and that's been so helpful, you guys. If you guys are on this journey and you guys are looking for low carb recipes, pureed recipes, I mean anything with bariatric weight loss, that is my number one go-to thing for recipes and quotes to like help motivate me when I'm having those down days. Um, Also, another thing I want to say is my husband is doing so fantastic. He is doing the bomb. He has been doing this journey with me. God bless him for putting up with my fucking mood swings because they're like bouncing left and right. But his highest weight was 212 pounds, and that wasn't too long ago. And now he's 197, 198. So my baby's doing good. He's gonna be looking. And by the way, I told him before I had my surgery, I was like, listen, if you start like putting your paws on me all the time, then something's up because you weren't like this before. And he was like, yes, I have. I've always touched your butt. I'm like, yeah, because it's so fucking big and you can't keep your hands. Of course, it's like a fucking attraction at a fucking at an amusement park. You just have to touch it. And he's just like, so that has been on and popping. He has just been like looking at me different, and it's just making my heart go a little flutter. And my daughter Isabel has just been like every day, and my other daughter, she's Sabrina, and they just been like, holy crap, mom, look at your legs, like look at your butt. Like they're just noticing all these changes in my body. And Isabel has never ever seen me lose this much weight. She has never ever seen me under 200 pounds ever in her whole life. So I'm excited to get to that point. I have a whole bucket full of clothes that she bought me, my husband bought me, my kids have bought me, in larges and mediums, so that I'll always have something like, inspiring, and goal driven to like, oh, okay, let me try this on, let me try that on. And there's been like at least 10 outfits that I've been able to wear. My size before was a 2X on the top. Now I'm wearing a large. This is a size large in a dress. Right. And I can even wear some mediums, depending on if it's a stretchy shirt. My bottoms were, I was going into a 20. I actually was a 20, so 18, 20. And now I'm in a 12, 14. And I'm not even under 200 pounds. Can you imagine what I'm going to wear? What size I'm going to wear? I'm probably going to be, my doctor's like, oh, the nurse is like, oh, or the doctor was like, yeah, you're probably going to be probably like a size 3 or 5. I was like, they're like, yeah, when you hit goal weight, because look at, you're not like, you don't carry a lot of weight. You don't look the size that you are, that your weight says. And so I pray to God that doesn't happen. I do not want to be a 3, or the lowest I want to go is maybe a 7, but they're like, oh no, you're going to surpass that. So, I mean, if I have to, the lowest I have to go is, let it be just a 5. But then Isabel will be stealing all my clothes. So that's how I'm going to end this video, you guys. Please leave any questions or any comments. Positive comments, by the way. And I'm sorry this video was so long, but there was so much that I wanted to let you guys know. And please keep me in your prayers for my mental saneness, and to keep me thinking positive, and that I will get through this stage and I will be eating like a regular person, and be able to actually enjoy food and feel like myself again. So Thank you guys so much for watching this. I know it was such a long video, but I surely appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.